was a strange effect there. I wonder what the heck it was. Hello, dear viewer, I'm leesusss. Welcome back to me being confused in the Talos Principle 2, which I certainly demonstrated very clearly in the last video, where I had last two videos where I had a really bad time. Yeah, I really struggled with one of the puzzles. But of course, that's not going to happen this time. No, it's definitely not late in the evening, and I'm heading the wrong direction already. It's not late in the evening, and I'm my brain is fully powered and ready to do things. Yes, indeed. Can I even follow a simple path? Although, I guess it's this way. Okay, fine. Oh, Al, I haven't seen you for ages, right? Al. Yeah, I'm just delaying me starting the next puzzle because I'm probably going to do very badly. Al, tell me.
It's possible. I won't trust Prometheus until he actually leads us to Byron, but yeah, seems likely.
He didn't say he was leading us to Byron,
But even if it is a myth, that doesn't mean we can just abandon it. Myths can contain elements of truth, and I think this one exists for a reason. Maybe we had to create this imaginary founder because the real one lost her way.
Have I said before, Al, how much I appreciate you and the other guys and how much sense you talk, in my opinion? I obviously have said that many times. Did she lose her way, do you think?
It's the only way I can explain what she's built here. She got wrapped up in her ideas and lost all sense of perspective.
I just think maybe we're not seeing it clearly. I don't think she has lost her perspective. Theory of everything?
People have thought they understood everything before.
Very true.
Obviously, Athena has unlocked tremendous powers, but forgive me if I'm skeptical that her theory really encompasses everything.
Theory of nearly everything, probably. I think, yeah, it's a huge leap forward, but it doesn't mean it's the end of... Like the thing back in the Victorian era where, the end of science. We've learned everything now. We don't know anymore. We've learned all the theories. Yeah, exactly. There's more to learn. There are limits to our ability to know. Yeah, we can't really know we know everything. It's just a name again for a great leap forward.
Not just our ability to know, but our need to know. More equations aren't going to make us any happier.
They might do. I don't know. It depends how complicated the equations are. When you make a crier?
Byron couldn't stand him. Have you ever tried asking the mayor a difficult question, he used to say? But I think he does an all right job, to be honest.
Hold on. I asked about crier, not the mayor. Is that a mistake? I don't understand that. I actually I kind of appreciate Crier at the moment. I haven't. I was initially suspicious, but I've not got a definite read on him being bad, in my opinion. Unlike the mayor, who I've now making a very definite decision about. Do you ever deal with the mayor's advisors?
I try to stay out of their circuits, and they try to stay out of mine. Helga is an old friend, but the others, they're not my crowd.
Fair enough. What was I going to say earlier as well? Yeah, asking the mayor a difficult question. Yeah, he immediately shut me down before, didn't he? Because I just asked about Athena. Very rude. How do you feel about Mayor Hermanubis?
He's smarter than people give him credit for. There's more to some folks than meets the eye, you know.
I was hoping that, but it doesn't mean he's not a problem. Even though he's not necessarily... I'm not saying he's stupid. Doesn't mean he's not narrow-minded. Have we been to this one already? I don't think we have. No, it doesn't look like it. Orinia. Oh, it's another one to Athena. Okay. We didn't have the greatest relationship, and I frequently antagonized you. It's not necessarily a bad thing. The truth is I resented this mythology of the founder. I thought you had created it deliberately, as a way of controlling us. I wanted so badly to be free, and you seemed to stand in the way of that. Only after you left and the cult of personality grew even wilder did I realise it was actually a burden and an impediment to you. When they turned your myth into the opposite of everything you actually believed, started tearing down your dreams in your own name, I realised I'd wronged you, and now I'm less free than ever. I feel the walls crushing me. I don't know where you are or what you're doing. I don't even know if coming back would fix things. But I'm sorry. Oh, sorry you feel like that, Irenia. But I do agree that I think if Athena's walked back in now, it wouldn't solve things. It would cause even more problems. Atlas and Ladon from the Atlas Variations by Athanasios. After a billion years, when Atlas had grown old and tired of holding up the world, he was faced with a dilemma. Heracles, the son of Zeus, was on his way to the garden of Hesperides to claim the golden apples, which were guarded by the dragon Ladon. I'd forgotten that. I'd forgotten the name Ladon. I thought I used to know my myths pretty well. Anyway, a long time ago I used to read them. As a kid, I was very fond of Greek myths. Zeus came to Atlas and promised that if Atlas helped Heracles slay the dragon, Zeus would free Atlas from his burden. But Atlas, seeing the beauty and innocence of Ladon, beloved of the Hesperides, could not slay the beast. He said he stole the apples and gave them to Heracles, and so he was condemned to bear the weight of the cosmos for another million years. Although Atlas grieved for his freedom, he was comforted by watching Ladon flourish in the verdant garden. Is this about giving things up? Is this sacrifice and giving things up? Sometimes some people have to give things up so that others may enjoy them. I didn't steal that from Lord of the Rings at all, by the way. And I paraphrased it very badly as well. Joy and Beauty by Oscar Wilde. From the soul of man, sympathy with pain there will, of course, always be. It is one of the first instincts of man. The animals, which are individual, the higher animals, that is to say, share it with us. But it must be remembered that while sympathy with joy intensifies the sum of joy in the world, sympathy with pain does not really diminish the amount of pain. It may make man better able to endure evil, but the evil remains. Sympathy with consumption does not cure consumption. That is what science does. Consumption as in TB, the old name for TB. Being sympathetic with someone who's suffering from a disease does not resolve it. Christ made no attempt to reconstruct society, and consequently the individualism that he preached to man could be realised only through pain or in solitude. The ideals that we owe to Christ are the ideals of the man who abandons society entirely, or of the man who resists society absolutely. But man is naturally social. Even the Thebaid, I don't know what that is, and it became peopled at last. Thebaid, is that like a deserted area, like a desert area or a wilderness? And though the Cenobite realises his personality, it is often an impoverished personality that he so realises. Shallow speakers and shallow thinkers in pulpits and on platforms often talk about the world's worship of pleasure and whine against it. But it's rarely in the world's history that its ideal has been one of joy and beauty. When you tell people that a society can be built on the ideals of joy and beauty, they think you're an utopian fantasist. If you tell them a society will always be built on exploitation and greed, they think you're wise, and so they make the outcome inevitable. Performative cynicism has always been the hallmark of adolescence. But has there been a society of adults? Can there ever be one? Why is this childishness so extremely powerful, more powerful than joy and beauty? I'm shamed by that as well, by the way, because that is me. I am a cynic. I don't really think of myself as a cynic. I usually call myself a realist. But I often can be very cynical. I'm not always cynical, but I can be very cynical. And that attitude there that you're talking about, the fact that I hope for a society that is fairer, but generally I'm not surprised when it's exploitation and greed, because that's what we do. So that statement there is shaming me, certainly, which is a good thing, because it should make me think differently. Anyway, should we actually do a puzzle in a minute, rather than me? Are you still there? Oh, for goodness sake. This is nuisance. How very appropriate. We've got a gate here. Is this a gate that we have to come out from, or are we going to go around there? I'm not sure. Well, there's only one choice to do right now anyway, so let's just do it. Let's do the one choice we have. That opened very quickly. We have a little servitor. I can't help but think Warhammer 40k when I think of servitors. I'm sorry. A servitor there who can be powered by the red thingy. We have... Just going to fire us over. As simple as that. It's going to fire us over. Okay, well, let's start you moving for now. I'm being too dumb that I don't yet know what the problem is. There obviously is a problem, but I've yet to see what that problem is, apart from the fact, of course, that I can't see... Okay, it's an angle. Got to get the angle right. So... What am I... I'm being really dumb. What am I missing here? Oh. That was very strange.
That was well observed, 1K.
That was a... What was that puzzle? I don't understand that puzzle. That was very straightforward. Okay. Okay, I don't... let's just be thankful for small mercies, yeah? Are you a pair of you now. There's your friend up there running against a rock. Can you give him a hand? Look, I'm appreciating the scenery. Which I don't always do. I'm trying to. That makes me think of a birdhouse over there as well. It's a weird structure. And we got here, we've got a bunch of markers. Okay, it's a pillar puzzle again. We've seen that before, haven't we? You make the pillars go up and down. And that's what unlocks the thing. What else can we see over there? Ooh. A flash of something there. See that over there? What is that? There's something. Okay, let's not worry about it. Elements. Elements. Why elements? That makes that turns the fan on. Sure. So that can't pass through here. So how do we turn this off? So that will pass through there. Can we hop over, do you think? Do you reckon we can hop between them? Can we jump on top of here? Can we jump over? Or is it going to go that way? What do you reckon it's going to do? Yeah, it did. But is it going to come back and go that way? How do we know which way a thing is going to go? That will blow us in the air, and that will lock it in place when it gets blown in the air. I suspect this one might just take a left turn again. Right. Okay. So I think what we need to do, we need to send that one into... Oh! Oh, it's a spark. Okay, we'll come back for the spark. I suspect what we're going to do is we're going to put this on top of here. Yeah. In fact, what we need right now is... Can I reach that from there? Because I think we need this one right now. Oh. I didn't expect that to be a problem. It can't reach this. Although... it can pass through. Okay. Although I hadn't really thought about what this actually does to solve the problem. So now we can use... is that going to be high enough to drop the blue beam onto there? Blue beam's there. So I do need this one. So it's not high enough. So how can we do that another way? Because we can't get this out of here unless I can do this like I did before. Can. Oops. That doesn't help me. What am I doing that for? Oh! Oh, do you think... here's an idea. I think I can... okay, let's drop this one down again. I think the solution here is that I can do this. I can stack them on top of each other. Being a bit slow, I know. Is what I'm being here. We can do that. We can do that. And then we need to power... here we go. Yeah. Been a bit slow. Bit of a thickie. Right, let's go and get that spark. I think we can just...
excuse me. I was looking at your research log, and I was rather perplexed by the latest upload.
oh, yes.
Oh, Melville strikes again.
Is that your foot, Melville?
Yes. Do you want to see it up close? Although you won't be able to fully enjoy it as you don't have a rear camera.
Sorry, Mayor. Melville just has a unique way of taking pictures.
Next time you're getting an upgrade, you coot. I'm installing a mute button.
So distracted. I presume I've got to drive myself up there to get it. But how do I flip the switch? Because I can't... maybe I can just get this thing out of the way, actually. I was going to ride the two things up, but I don't see how I can get on top of them. Oh, unless... right, I think what I can do is... I can start them moving. Right. Get on it! Crap. I couldn't seem to jump on top of it for some reason. I think this one's going to get there first anyway, regardless. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I think the other one's going to turn up in a minute and they're going to push me into the air. Ready? This is kind of fun anyway. Come back, you little what's it. It's Prometheus' spark, isn't it? Come on, go a bit faster. Don't mind me, Al. Just running around like a child, chasing a spark. Don't stop up there. I'm just checking. You thought you were going to do that. I had this feeling. We've done silly buggers like this before, haven't we? We jumped on top of one of the monuments. Crap. That just made it worse. Right, no one used the monorail for a second. It might be a problem if you do. This is going to hurt. Oh no, it didn't. I'm surprised it didn't break and do busty noises on my legs. Gimme. We got it. Okay, fine.
Great works have been accomplished by those who believed in humankind. But greater things than these may yet be accomplished by those who uphold the faith.
Uphold the faith? I've not heard you doing much faith talk before now, Prometheus. Faith in what? I thought the point was that the faith thing was a problem. Because people are obsessed with the idea of the founder. I don't understand what that means.